Welcome back to AFTV, everyone. This is the Predicted 11, and actually we don't always do this show because, as you mentioned in the preview, it tends to pick itself, the starting 11. We had a really good run of consistency. We've now seen moments of Tomiyasu coming in for White in some games, Vieira starting the game against Bournemouth, and now, of course, injuries forcing decisions to be made. Trossard arriving, Reece Nelson winning us a game in the most dramatic fashion, and they're all asking different questions of Arteta. So we thought we'd try and predict the 11. And I think the thing that's difficult is we're trying to also predict who's fit and who's available. I don't want to just assume whoever wasn't available Sporting isn't available for this, because illness, I mean, that you get over that in a couple of days. So we start at the very top, not the top, at the back, Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah, it goes without saying. I mean, on Aaron Ramsdale as well, I think, at points this season there's been question marks about him, but in reality, since he's come in, he's really improved us from that position. He's shown us what a modern day goalkeeper's about, and in recent games as well. I mean, Aston Villa, he made a big save at 2-2.
Huge,
against Bournemouth, he made a even bigger save at 1-0 in the first half, and in general, over the moon with Ramsdale's signings and I never thought I'd be saying that when we was actually linked to him and got him over the line.
I can agree more. When you look at the way he was spoken about when that signing was made, we are now in a situation in which it feels like, is there a better goalkeeper out there for us, unless you're talking like Alisson or whatever, in terms of everything he does, how complete he is as a keeper, and also the fact that he's a young player and he's obviously gets on, you can see he's a fan favourite, you can see he's a player's favourite as well. It's great to see. So delighted for Aaron Ramsdale.
And he's got the mentality.
That's a big thing
from
as
all
well.
or nothing. And in general, you can see, clean sheets mean a hell of a lot to him. He's vocal. When things don't go right, and if we can see the goal, you can see him talking, you can see his frustration. And he's given me everything I want from a keeper, if I'm honest.
Okay, the job he's doing reminds me of what Alisson has had to do for many years for Liverpool. Even though they did tighten up at the back for a long time, still he's had to. It's almost like they play in a way that's like, but we're trusting our keeper to do the job. Now, I'm not saying Ramsdale's as good. I think Alisson is unbelievable. And while I said that there was no better keeper for us, I know there's a lot of other great keepers as good, if not better, than Ramsdale. But what I mean is the whole package as well, and the job he's had to do as Arsenal are going through a little bit of defensive wobble. I just don't think you can underestimate how important he's been. Yeah,
it's a position it's hard to identify someone better that Arsenal can get potentially. And I'm not saying, we're looking at keepers, because we're more than happy with Ramsdale, but I understand what you mean there.
We spent a lot of time on Ramsdale, and I think rightly so, because he deserves his praise. I think everyone's been talking about the defence and then the goals and all that, but Ramsdale deserves his praise. So we move into the back four. I'm assuming no changes in formation, so we go to right back. What are you looking at there?
Ben White. Ben White. He did look tired come the end of the Sporting game. Not really. Well, listen, I think you mentioned it as well. He's a player that actually works so hard down that right-hand side, overlapping consistently, helping Saka out, doubling up. So I do get it, but at the same time, similar to Ramsdale, when we were linked to him, when we signed him, the fee that we paid, I just thought to myself, hold on, what are we doing?
I thought the same.
But coming up to 2 years later, credit to Arteta, credit to the scouting team, because he's been a massive player for us this season.
I know this might sound a weird question, because he obviously played all season at right back, but where do you see his future?
Right back. I see him evolving into potentially inverted right back to give us another option. I'm happy with the way things are at the moment. I'm happy with the back four in general, but I also like Kieran Tierney a lot. So in future seasons, in future games, I think that potentially Tierney starts some, and Ben White is the one that inverts from the right hand side. Not in a similar way to Zinchenko, where he's picking up spaces in the final third, but more giving the option for Partey to maybe move forward a bit and go alongside Xhaka or Odegaard or whoever it is.
It's a nice idea, I could see it. Let's move to the centre-backs.
Goes without saying.
Goes
without saying. Saliba and
They've started every Premier League game, haven't they? Yeah, they have.
They have,
I'm just remembering that now. Fair play to them. Fair play to them. Watch me, I've jinxed it now. Kivior and Holding
11 games to go
this weekend. Left back.
Zinny. I mean, Tierney was out ill. He hasn't trained all week.
I did like the Tomiyasu cameo though against Sporting, I will say.
Not the first time we've seen him at left back and enjoyed what he's brought, but I think Zinny goes without saying. He's such an important cog to Arteta's system.
I agree.
That again picks itself.
I think it's starting to snow.
I do.
March. It's March in England. Okay, midfield. I mean, okay, it might be a big change from what we saw against Sporting.
Yeah, Thomas Partey comes back in without a doubt. We need to control the game from the get-go, and Thomas Partey is
He's mastered that position, hasn't he?
Yeah, big. He's a big player, similar to Zinchenko, one of the most important cogs to the team, in my opinion. So, no conversation needed to be had. Partey.
Yep. Alongside him?
Again, Xhaka, ever present in the team this season, a big part of why we are top of the league. And yeah, you know, I know he started on the bench against Bournemouth.
Yes.
But I'd expect to see him back in the side for sure.
Yeah, I would too.
He's been very efficient for us this season, to say the least.
Yeah.
And I think he's built a nice partnership with Thomas Partey.
I think he's the kind of player that... and I didn't give him maybe enough credit for this before. Obviously, this season he changed his role. He talked about being higher up the pitch, more box to box. I've loved seeing that. But I also think when he's not doing that side of the game, he's very good at just maintaining everything around him as well. Like dropping into the back four to help defend. Getting further forward. Good on set pieces, attacking and defending them. Mainly defending them. Makes Partey's life a bit easier as well by helping him. He just can help get the best out of everyone else. And for a long time, I wasn't saying that kind of stuff about Granit Xhaka, but I'm really happy to see him having the season he's having.
Yeah, I mean, it's about time we got something out of him, and it's been a long time coming. And I keep on saying credit to Arteta for it because of the position change, but also credit to Xhaka for improving, because he has improved.
Yeah, I agree. Did we mention Odegaard?
Not yet.
No, and is that your player you're going for?
Yeah, I mean, he was out ill against Sporting. That was somewhat a surprise. I know we knew Tierney was going to be out with an illness. Odegaard was a surprise, but I'd expect, listen, our captain, young man, give him a few days and get back in the team. If you're still feeling some after effects, then give us 60 minutes. And
Yeah, I didn't mind the Vieira performance against Sporting either. So I think if it is a case of Odegaard not being available, I'm happy to see Vieira in there as well.
Either.
Went away to Brentford, did well, can come here to Fulham and put in a good performance as well. Okay, so we talk about the front three. Now this gets very interesting because a reminder, Jesus, we just have no idea, and I don't think he's going to be available. No. You've got Nelson, Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Trossard. There's no confirmation on quite how long he's out for. Nketiah, there's no confirmation on quite how long he's out for. So even then, we've listed 6 players. So pick your 3.
I'd go with the same as Sporting, if I'm honest.
Okay, unchanged.
That's just because I don't know the Eddie situation.
Sure.
I don't think Trossard will be ready, considering there's a muscle injury and only just last weekend.
Yeah, I agree.
But Eddie's has been a bit longer. Not really sure why. I'm hoping that the lack of news about him is because his return is imminent. If he is ready, then I'd go with Martinelli, Eddie, and Saka.
Okay.
But if he's not, then I'd stick with Reece on the left, Saka on the right, Martinelli up top. But hopefully Eddie would be on the bench at the very least, because like I mentioned on the preview, our bench hasn't really got much attacking options right now to change it up if things are not going well. Emile Smith-Rowe being the only one. So it'd be nice to have at least one of our attackers back. Yeah,
I agree. So to reiterate, that would be then Saka on the right, Nelson on the left, Martinelli up front, assuming Eddie's not available. But if he is, then you're talking Eddie, Fabio Vieira if Odegaard's fit, or feeling better, Smith Rowe as well. And then there are some options on the bench. So like we mentioned on the preview, it feels like we're a little light in terms of players that can come on and have an impact. But it only takes 1 or 2 players back, and suddenly, there's real depth there. And I can't wait. I know Arsenal, especially Arsenal, they never have a fully fit squad. But when you get to sort of only 1 or 2 out, you look at the depth, there is something there to work with. I'm going to need that at a crucial time. Maybe the international breaks come in at a good time. Obviously, 3 more games,
I think so,
including this Fulham one. All right, so that's the predicted 11. So to remind everyone, that's Ramsdale in goal. White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, the favoured back 4. Odegaard, Partey and Xhaka in the midfield 3. Saka, Martinelli and Nelson on the left. And it'll be good to see Nelson get a start in the Premier League because he's had impact against Forest off the bench. Of course, last weekend against Bournemouth off the bench. Some good appearances, against Brighton in the Cup, Europa League. But a first start in the Premier League, I think it would be. So it'd be, and he deserves it. So it'd be good to see what he can do.
I think he showed good signs against Sporting as well. I mean, he started the game well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Faded off a bit. Yeah. But then in the second half, he was causing problems as well. So
Yeah. We'll come up against Fulham's. It would be Tete starting right back. He did well against. Who was it? Was it Mudryk in the Chelsea game a couple weeks ago? Yeah, so that won't be easy. But that's predicted 11. Let us know in the comment section what your predicted 11 is for the Fulham game. as I mentioned, go check out the preview, go check out Box to Box, Forever Arsenal, and everything else around this game as well. We'll be covering it live on AFTV from the watch-along starting 11 and full-time, where if you download the AFTV Plus app, you can let us know your thoughts by jumping on and talking to us live on the full-time show. And of course, if you've got the AFTV Plus app as well, you can build your predicted 11s or even just the 11 you want to see. Tag us in it on all socials and we'll get chatting to you about your thoughts and all that as well. All right, many thanks. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Hit the like button if you did, and we'll see you very soon.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.